This video will demonstrate potential hazards to emergency responders and the public as a result of illicit drug production. As part of the illicit drug process, there are different types of operations that occur in these labs. One of the ones we're going to demonstrate today is what's called the milling process. As part of that, they're breaking down some of the components or the final components to bring them into a powder form for pressing and other operations. As part of this, they can do this utilizing any one of these different machines here. And actually this isn't a machine, but is a pestle. And they can actually grind the pills manually, or they can use one of these items here to break them apart or to make them into smaller sizes. So what we're doing here is we're going to take a blender, and we have material in here that would be similar to what you might find in an illicit lab or something like that. We're going to show you how this spreads through the air, how it travels around the room so easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the blender on, and we're going to grind this up as we normally would. I'm going to put my hand on top. You can even see some of it being aerosolized now. Of course, the grinding is completed, and when we pull the top off, you can see how much of this spreads out into the air. And as you can imagine, it would travel around the room. It would be picked up on clothing. It would be picked up in air handling systems and moved throughout a building possibly. And that's where this hazard really shows itself. As you can see here, all the material, not all, but some of the material has deposited itself on surfaces around the room. So as you can see, I've handled the blender, and contamination can also be transferred by touch. It doesn't have to be a blender. It can be another type of grinder or food processor. It can be a coffee grinder. It could be a tumbler, or it can be something as simple as a pestle. The reason this is important is responders walk into these environments, citizens live in these environments, and this material can travel throughout the air. It only takes a small amount, very small amount, that can cause toxic effects. What's important is if responders see these kinds of operations or things they don't understand, call for help early. It doesn't hurt to do that. Folks can come in and help them recognize if something is actually happening there or not. These kinds of events can be seen anywhere in the Commonwealth, and it's important that we recognize them early. If you see anything that looks suspicious, call somebody for help.